Hi, my name is Mrs. Truesdale. I'm a teacher here with Rock Hill Virtual Academy in kindergarten, and I'm going to talk to you about Kindergarten Writers Workshop. If you saw the video that I did the first time, I'm going to repeat some of the same things just so that everybody's on the same page if we have some new friends. But Writers Workshop is when we have the children writing their ideas down by drawing a picture. So all the details that you would write in sentences, we're going to draw in pictures. And so last week we spent a long time talking about the details in our pictures. And we also spent a little bit of time talking about the tools we can use when we start to write down sounds. Now, if you didn't see the first video, I know a lot of you are probably thinking, how can we be writing when we do not know how to spell? But Writer's Workshop, it has a different philosophy than how we learned how to write. So we want to get the ideas down and give the children a place to practice all of the spelling and the phonics that we're teaching them so that they're not learning it in isolation. So every time they learn a new letter, they have a place to practice it, and that is writing time. So we're not looking for perfection and perfect spelling. We're also not teaching them to spell incorrectly. We're teaching them to listen for sounds and write those sounds down. And every time we teach them a correct way, we hold them to that correct way. When we start teaching sight words officially, every sight word on the page should be spelled correctly. So I'm going to go through what next week is going to look like in Writer's Workshop. We're going to move from working from one page to telling our story over 3 pages. But as we talked about before, Writer's Workshop is just that. It's a workshop model. So some children will be at one place in the workshop, and some children will be at others. And it is okay. Wherever your child is, I want you to work with them where they are. Don't try to do what the teacher is doing just for the sake of following along. For example, your child may still be having a tricky time telling all the details on one page. So we wouldn't want to move them on to the second page if they're still having a hard time telling you everything that happened on that first page. We're going to keep them on that first page till they get it all done, and then we'll move to the second page. So when we get to the end of this workshop time in a couple of weeks, they might have 1 page, or they might have 2 pages, or they might have 3 pages like the teacher did. All of it is okay as long as you're working the workshop model. So let me talk in more specifics. So this is the first page that I was working on. No, this is not a student's work. This is my work. It's the process, not perfection. And when you look at your child's work, you should see the story. In a lot of writers' workshop in kindergarten is talking. They're going to tell you the story, and then you're going to encourage them, and we, the teachers, are going to encourage them to draw the details. And this is the part that is tricky for some of us. And so in my example, my dad and I and my little brother got caught in the rainstorm last week, and there's puddles everywhere. I told my students, look, my dad's face is not smiling because this is not a smiling situation. This is a detail that you can go over with your children. I'm not smiling. My dad's hand is reaching for me because I'm not walking fast enough. I have the rain, I have the clouds. This is all of my details. Now, this week, we're going to either keep with that same story or use a different story. We'll go through and brainstorm together, and we're going to stretch our story over 3 fingers. Your teacher is going to ask your child to tell their story over 3 fingers, and then you're going to begin to write it over 3 pages. So my story that I just showed you might sound like, my dad and my brother and I were going to Walmart, and then we heard boom, boom, boom. It started pouring down, raining. Turn the page. When we got home, My mom was so glad to see us. She made us hot cocoa. Turn the page. We sat in front of the window watching the storm, drinking the hot cocoa together, safe and warm. So that is an example of what it could be. Your child's story might not be so linear, and that's okay. That's why we have it over 3 pages. So when they get done writing all their parts, they might want to decide, you know what? I think that this page goes better first, and I think that this page goes better second, and vice versa. That's why we have all the pages, all the blank paper that's not in a book. It's really hard to do the writer's workshop model with a book because they need to manipulate these abstract concepts of beginning, middle, and end. They need to be able to move them to make them more concrete. Whereas we move them in our brain, they need to actually be able to move them. Okay, so that's why the paper. And now let's talk about the words. So this week we started talking a little bit about the tools that we can use to write words. Just like the paper and the fingers, everybody is going to be in a different place with what they can write based on what they know about phonemic awareness and phonics. For example, some of your children may be in the labeling stage where they are just putting the first sound in front of their pictures, like d, d, d for dad, w, w, w for Walmart. And the way you help your child if they're there is just by saying that sound for them, w, 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 which letter? And a lot of them may say, why? And we have to say, no, Y is a letter that does not sound like its name. I mean, W is a letter, well, Y is too, but W is a letter that doesn't sound like its name. W makes w, w, w. And we have some tools that we will get out to you whenever you are told to go to Sylvia Circle and get your tools. But your teacher will be showing you these tools, and I want to show you them too. I'm going to show you right now an alphabet chart can help. This is the Rock Hill alphabet chart, and it has each letter of the alphabet in a picture to help your child remember or make a connection between that sound and that letter. So say on my paper, I was attempting to write dad, even though dad's a sight word, but it comes later on in the year. So if your child asks, how do you spell dad? We don't say D-A-D. That defeats the purpose of this. We say, okay, let's stretch it out. Which picture starts with D? Oh, dog, it must be D. You would write D. You begin to stretch the rest of the word. D, ah. Oh, ah, A. You write A. And then you stretch the rest of the word. D, add. Exaggerating that letter that you want them to write. Oh, another D. D-A-D, dad. So that's how we're going to use tools this week to help us write. Eventually, we will have a word wall with the sight words that they should be writing correctly every time we introduce sight words. And so the last thing that I want to talk to you about is the difference between the words that we say and the words that we write. And this is something that at the beginning of Writer's Workshop, we really press upon hardly with the students because they want to write down everything that they're telling us. And how we deal with that is we tell them, when you draw your picture, that's when you're writing down all those details that you're telling us. But when you're writing words, you're using the words that you know how to write. So I would encourage a child for my picture to write I. See is a sight word that we know, and something that they see in that picture. And that will help you use that stretching strategy. So let me show you what I mean. That way we are encouraging them to use the letter sounds. to write with their pencil, and also helping them understand that letters make words and words mean things. So we have I, finger space. I always model the finger space. It's very important. They will string the letters all together. That's okay. We're going to teach them that they need a space. C. Oh, how do we spell C? Do you remember? S-E-E. Or however your teacher taught your child to spell C. Finger space. What do you see on here? Something that we can stretch out together. I see dad. Or we could say, I see me. All right, I see Walmart, but I'm going to do dad for our purposes. So then we use the chart that I showed you a few minutes ago, and we help the child stretch that one word, d, a, d. What do we put at the end of a sentence? Period. So some of our students might not be here. We might not be writing a sentence. But if you are here now, this is how you would do it. And by the end of the year, we'll be able to add many sentences for one page. And that is going to work itself out eventually into a paragraph. But we're not there yet. So that's how we're doing Writers Workshop this week. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Happy writing.